Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax, and it's time for day 49 of the post-intra-Thanksgiving vinyl inbox challenge, addendum edition. Today's numbers were picked by sequouiaflame David. He picked 3 numbers, and we're going to do all 3 records. Last night I was saying band names were album names and album names were band names. It's going to be worse tonight because I had 4 hours sleep last night, and then I went to a record show for like 8:30 in the morning. And then I stayed there all day, even though I'd spent all my money before the show opened. And then I did family stuff all night. It's like 4 a.m. now, so this is going to get ugly. But there's only 3 records to talk about. And if I got time, I'll go through the stuff I got at the show. It was awesome. Fuck. And just to be on the level, there was a Salvation Army table at the show. The guy who runs the show donates a table to the Salvation Army every year, and he asks everybody who comes to bring records for the Salvation Army to sell. So I kind of ripped through my inboxes and cleaned some stuff out of them last night. Some of the stuff I've shown that was garbage and that I didn't like, and some other stuff. So the inboxes got totally fucked up, and I didn't know which number was actually the box, I think 7, that David picked. So I just picked a box, and it was the box of that has all the stuff that Zach had forwarded to me. So that's where the records are from. But I still pulled the same number, like I pulled the right numbers. And they're fucking awesome, David. First record is Harvey Mandel, The Snake. This record is from 1972. Harvey Mandel is a guitar player. He's a guitar player with a really bad haircut. I mean, that is some bad hair, and that beard. Well, 1972, he had done. Get away from that. Get away from that. That is not yours. Yeah, I know. Your life sucks. Get in your bed. Lie in front of the heater. Whatever. Sorry, domestic. What the hell was I? He's a guitar player who had a solo career, did some time in Canned Heat, I believe. He auditioned unsuccessfully for the Rolling Stones. Come on. He still plays guitar nowadays. He plays in the San Francisco area. He's just great. I have a couple of his records, but I was really happy to get this one. This is a promotional copy, white label promo on the Janus label. And this is just an absolutely pristine condition. You couldn't ask for a cleaner copy of this record. And I picked this up for $4 off of a forum. So that was just a total killer deal. Now, you never see Harvey Mandel up here at a show. Never. I asked a couple dealers for the past couple shows I've been to, you ever get any Harvey Mandel? Oh, no, it's like $30 when you do, and it sells in like an hour. I'm like, so I did awesome on this. And it's a really good album. I don't like it as much as I like Righteous. Although Righteous has a couple really weak songs on it. This doesn't have anything as weak as the bad stuff on Righteous, but I don't think it has anything as good as the great stuff on Righteous. So it's kind of where Righteous predates this. I need to find Christo Redemptor and see what that's like. But this is great. I mean, this is just fantastic. And we're having a bath down here now, so everything's calm. She tried to eat her sister's food again. She thinks when I'm talking, she can get away with anything. So that's Harvey Mandel. I'd love to see him live one day. Anybody in San Francisco ever go see him? Next is Fourth World Volume 1 Possible Musics by John Hassell and Brian Eno. And this record came out in 1980. And I got this for $4 off of the same forum from the same guy. So I did good. Now this is one of my, editions EG things. But this one's pressed in the US, and this actually sounds better. So maybe I got to start looking for editions EG records that aren't Canadian presses. Maybe I got to start looking for US or UK versions of the edition EG stuff. Wow, is this a hell of a record? This record is just fucking... I mean, the Harvey Mandel was really good. This is fucking gorgeous. This is... And what a great palate cleanser of a record, too. And I think I bought something with Nana Vasconcelos on it, recently. Eno doesn't play on every track. There's a couple that he doesn't play on. What's interesting to me is one of the songs was recorded at the Art Gallery of Ontario, which is in Toronto, which is a gallery I've been a member of off and on for years, and has an amazing Group of Seven collection and an amazing David Milner. If you ever go there, check them out. And the salon, and the Canadian salon is fantastic too. And they've got all the Henry Moore stuff as well, so it's fantastic. Fantastic gallery. This is a great, great record. It's really textural and ethereal and I'd say spiritual. I definitely recommend it. I'm sure, I mean, I've seen lots of people talk about this record, so I'm sure like most everybody has it. But I was really happy to get this. And then the third record today, well, this is going quick, is, I'm just so tired. I don't really have anything to say. And there's nothing in the Deadwax of any interest on any of these records. This has Sterling stamped in the Deadwax, but no initials or anything. And the third record is Bennie Maupin, The Jewel in the Lotus. And this is ECM 1043, and this came with the ECM inner sleeve, and it has a bunch of records on it, and every record on it is older than ECM 1041, which makes me think that this is an original pressing of this record. And it's on the Polydor version of the ECM label. The only thing that's wrong with the whole record is that check mark in grease pencil. Makes me think somebody got it at Savers or Value Village. They do that sometimes. But the green is darker than the Warner Brothers green for the ECM label. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, what can you say about this record? This record is fucking gorgeous. It's really, it's like a journey. It's got the most amazing players on it. I mean, Bennie Maupin, he played with Herbie Hancock and lots of other people. He's got a really limited recording career as a leader, which is a bit of a shame. I definitely have to explore more of his the works that he's led. So Bennie Maupin, he does Reed's voice and glockenspiel, and Herbie Hancock plays piano, and he's very, I'd say he's very subtle on this record. Charles Buster Williams on bass. I'm not overly familiar with his work. Frederick Waits on drums, and Billy Hart on drums. And each drummer plays in one channel. So there's a drummer, Frederick Waits plays in the left channel, and Billy Hart plays in the right channel. So that's like totally, it kind of builds a bit of spatialness back and forth. So that's pretty awesome. Bill Summers on percussion and water-filled garbage can, and Charles Sylvan on trumpet. So this is a monster. I bought this because lots of people have talked about it in the VC and said great things about it, and I collect ECM anyway, so it was eventual you know, I was eventually going to buy this just because it was part of the ECM catalog, but I moved it up the list, and it's just fucking awesome. Cannot recommend this one enough. Everything everybody's saying about this is true. This is a gem. It's you know, it's kind of, it's called, I guess people are classing it, I see it being shown in the spiritual jazz threads. It's kind of like a bit of a journey, slightly free, but never no overblowing. It's all kind of, it's kind of about space as opposed to a lot of things that are free, which is about filling space, in my opinion. This is about leaving space, and there's lots of just space in the record that just, it all knits just perfectly. So highly, highly, highly recommend those three. So great day, great numbers, David. Thanks for picking them and playing along. And I'm at 11 minutes. I'll do these. I'll be quick, quickish. So today I went to a record show, and I filled a Dusty Groove bag and more, and literally I could have spent between $500 and $1,000 in 10 minutes. There was somebody there who has bought the CBC catalog, and they're selling it for $5 a record, and it's just fucking incredible what they're selling. So here's what I got. Now I met Liv for Classic Movies, who comments on our videos, but she doesn't make videos. Her name is Cheryl. I met her at the show today, and it was lots of fun talking to her and shooting the shit about the VC and life in general and stuff, and I hope she got some great stuff at the show. It's the best show. This show I always do really well at. This is the best show for me, always, every year, and it only happens once a year. Every other show happens 2 or 3 times a year, but they can only get the hall that this place is in once a year. So Earl of Suave offered me a Black Saint record recently, because I keep buying Black Lions thinking they're Black Saints. And ever since he offered me that record, they've all of a sudden appeared. And I got one 2 weeks ago at a show, and today I got 3 of them. Steve Lacy Quintet Troubles, World Saxophone Quartet, live at the Brooklyn Academy of Music, David Murray Quartet, I Want to Talk About You, and then I got Barry Altschul Trio, Brahma, and another Jimmy Smith bucket, which I just got recently, so now I have 2 of them. But they all have the CBC they all have the CBC stickers on them from Vancouver, and some of them are for Winnipeg and different places like that. A sealed Hugh Masekela Africa 68. David Newman, House of David. We're at Atlantic. Sidney Bechet, another Blue Note. Charles Bobo Shaw and Lester Bowie. Bugle Boy Bop. The Hub of Hubbard on MPS, another one. I got one of those 2 weeks ago. Jimmy Smith at the Club, Baby Grand, Volume 1 and 2. Jazz Canadians, Pacific Salt, sealed. Stanley Turrentine. Another story, yet another story, another story. Jimmy McGriff, Something to Listen To. And these are all Liberties, if they're Blue Notes, or they're the funny other Liberty with the little box on the side. So those were like $5 each. So I could not buy those, and I literally had like $400 worth of stuff in a pile, and I was like when I was pulling, and I was the only person at the table because the show hadn't opened, and I had to put like $300 worth back. And then another dealer had a whole bunch of stuff for $2, including Brother Jack McDuff, dude. Now all that CBC stuff is near mint too. Each record, some of them have like one scuffle on them, so maybe they'll tick, but they probably won't. This is another Red Atlantic. Time Warp. This is just a great Canadian jazz album that nobody knows anything about. Brooklyn Bridge 2 on Buddha, I believe. This one I don't know much about. Radka Tonev and Steve Dobrogaz's on it's called Fairy Tales, but it was produced by Arid Anderson, and there was no way I wasn't going to take that. This is kind of a cool Canadian jazz record. This is sealed, but it's got like a 3D hologram cover. I don't know if the record or the music's actually any good. This is 80s new wave, or as all the kids call it these days, post-punk. ECM, Gary Burton, another David Newman, Hubert Laws on CTI, Anthony Phillips, Ralph Towner on ECM. Yeah, I knew I got one today. Nana Vasconcelos and Egberto Gizmoto on ECM. Charles Lloyd, Moon Man, and a sealed copy of Citadel by Hassell. So that's what I got today at the show. So that's a pretty awesome day. There are shows you go to where you spend 6.5 hours trying to find a way to spend your money, and then there's shows where you go to where you go home before the show starts. Anyway. So, David, thanks for picking those numbers. Thanks for playing along. That's the last of the numbers. There's no more numbers tomorrow. I'm just going to wrap it up somehow. Maybe I'll go through there and pick a couple things that I keep passing by that I really want to pull out and play, clean and play. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Keep the hurts, man.